Kanye crazy.
Yeah, whenever you go outside, like I said, whenever you attack niggas' comfort zones and shit, like they naturally respond that way.
But yeah, Marcus,
it just is what it is.
You show how the Kyrie got the eye on the back of his shoe.
Yeah,
he got
I seen that pic.
He got transmutation tattoo on his hand. Like I think he's sharper than like a lot of people think.
No, he is. I know that. That nigga is a. I think that nigga read the Kyballion. I think that's like his Bible, the Kyballion. Honestly, because he be on that science. Like you can just tell, even because even the Kyballion, even when you read it, it was basically saying the same shit Kyrie was saying. I saw in the interview where he was like, "It's all about your associations to it." You know what I'm saying? It's like if you look at it like in a good way, you can use this for good. If you choose to, look at it, it's all about how you use it. And as a testimonial from reading that book, I've had like spiritual experiences, and it was good. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know, but that book is powerful, nigga. Like,
what's the transmutation tattoo?
Is like I don't know how to explain.
It says, all right, transmutation is like all right. I put it like this: it's like turning hot to cold. You know what I'm saying? Or turning, it's the taking one energy and then turning it to its opposite. You know what I'm saying? So it's like if you have, like, if somebody say a hateful, and we all do this on a level. Like if somebody say a hateful statement to you, you take that negative energy and say something funny or say something lighthearted, and then you transform that into positive or to love. You see what I'm saying? It's like kind of like that transmutation where you take.
So
in the Kyballion, they keep
as far as
using
the tattoo, though, I was asking, like, as far as the would you compare it to, like, I think it was Method Man, like he had the life death shit, that the life death tattoo or whatever, and that's you know what I'm saying?
In a sense, but like the transmutation zone is like more like direct. It's more like a science to it.
I gotta see that. I gotta look this shit up.
Transmutation is like the process of turning like I say, coal to a diamond. Like they kept using that. Oh no, it wasn't that. It was something to gold. It was like turning damn, what was it?
Alchemy.
It was turning like a carbon, turning carbon to gold. Alchemy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Actually, that's what I think I'm talking about. But it's pretty much the same thing.
I gotta see this tattoo. I gotta see this shit.
I'm posted on.
Yeah, y'all caught up on your Lovecraft Country though?
Nah, I haven't seen the new one. And Marcus, last episode when we were talking about the existence that exists.
Yeah.
The word that I came up with that, it's in all that shit. The ether. That's another word you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's another word. The ether. Well, here, look, I just looked up the word transmutation. The action of changing or the state of being changed into another form. So basically, it's one thing being in one form and then changing to another form. But the root of it is still the same shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have water. Water can be hot, water can be cold, but it's still water. You know what I'm saying? So you're just changing the state of the water. Transmutation is like turning water to gas, turning gas to liquid, turning liquid to ice. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's transmutation, taking one substance into different states. So even you as a person, you can transmutate your energy at any given time, any given moment, but you got to have the awareness of the energy that you're receiving. And if you know what I'm saying, and the polar opposite of what you want to turn that into. Man, that all that shit is all in the Kyballion, dog. That, you know what I'm saying? But it explains, man, and it's like you have to have the mental awareness, like, and it raises your awareness, because when your awareness is that high, you're literally like so open to like all your experiences, where you can literally manipulate shit and turn it into different things and shit like that. You know,
I get the definition. I just gotta see. I gotta see this. It's like, is it simple as like a fucking caterpillar turning into a fucking butterfly or some shit? I gotta see this fucking tattoo.
No. It's like
that metamorphosis.
Yeah.
You gotta see this shit.
I think you gotta be open to it, like the whole idea though. Like as you know, taking on these ideas.
What are you talking about, like as far as like even that Kyrie shit, or you like the Kyballion and all that like alchemy and all that thought shit and all that? You talking
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, that
That's the
alchemy and
key. You
thought
gotta be
is
open minded to it.
electric.
Like it's open. I mean, man, I didn't have some real experiences all that off that shit, man. Like where I was like, but
When I went
that shit is wild.
when I want to though, like when I'm like thinking like just raw emotions and shit, I ain't got time for that shit. But when I got time and to like apply that stuff that I read about.
You gotta
Yeah.
You got to be in the mindset to receive.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts. And you have to have
Yeah.
in the mindset to receive and be open minded to all information. Because like what happens, you read that book and then you start looking at and being open minded to all possibilities in your real life, and like literally the shit that you think about will happen like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're open to the idea that you create your own reality. The book is really literally opens your mind to the state where you create your own reality, where you start to like have a relationship with the universe. So it's like you're actually talking to the universe. You're talking to you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, universe, I have this on my mind. Yeah, or I mean the Kyballion, right? So look, like I'll give you an example of how, like from experience that I've had. Like I'll be like, universe, like explain this to me. Like I'm gonna have this question. Like I have no idea. Like explain this to me. Like what? Give me a sign. Let me know. Like give me an answer. And then I'll go through my entire day with complete open-mindedness. That in any given moment, any person I bump into, any billboard I see on the wall, any you know what I'm saying, anything that happens, I have to be open to the fact that I will get my answer, and you will get your answer. And it helped me realize that the universe is constantly communicating with you, but you have to be open-minded to it. So it's like you have to be humble enough to know that it's not going to work out the way that you think it's going to work out, but it's going to happen. So you literally say, universe, this is my question. I want to, and then every person you bump into, if you see a homeless person, don't just dismiss him because he's homeless. Give him $1 and ask him your question, and he might actually tell you what the fuck you was thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And I've had these experiences multiple fucking times. But that's when I was really deep into that book. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like coincidences that be so unreal, but they happen all the fucking time. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be the wildest part of the shit. Like when you just recognize like the other players in it. Like you talking to random people, or you just, I don't know, just shit just fall your way. Like, is everybody knowing this shit?
Yeah, it be feeling that way, but that's kind of what it is. You know, that's really how the universe works, though. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be open, like to all possibilities. You know what I'm saying? That's really how it works. You know, like you can literally get anything you want. It's hard to do it. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be in a certain mental space to be able to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't maintain it for a long time.
Jewish joint?
No.
Nah.
Which one is the Kyballion? Which one?
This is from like.
No, I'm talking about the Kabbalah.
This is from Hermes and all that.
Yeah, this is like some ancient knowledge and shit. Like this, like I think this is even before like the Egyptians and shit. As a matter of fact, I think they saying that they got their knowledge from Thoth. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember exactly. I think it said that in the Kyballion. You know what I'm saying? Like they said Thoth was the creator of mathematics. He was the creator of the alphabet. I think he was the creator of language. Like he was the creator of all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hermes Trismegistus.
Yeah.
Hermes Trismegistus.
Yeah. And like I said, every time I read that, I never finished the whole thing, but every time I go back and I start over, I always find some shit I didn't see before. You know what I'm saying? So that shit, like that's something. But you gotta really, you can't just think you're just gonna read that and really get it.
I like it's either that one or the In Tune with the Infinite, and it's like that preface when they say like man,
it's like the same thing.
Man, yeah, but like man, like the optimistic man like creates his heavens, and the pessimistic man creates his own hell. Like that shit.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense in just today. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, and it's funny because even also in the Kyballion, it says that when you are putting out positivity and you putting out love energy, then that means you're in alignment with the creator. But when you it's like kind of like they say there's this silver cord, that like this invisible silver cord that connects you to like the spiritual world that we all walk through. You know what I'm saying? So we all have this cord connected to us, but the cord is, I mean, we're only connected to the cord when we're in a love and positive, in a loving state. When our ego takes over, we cut off that connection. So it's like you can actually manifest better when you're in a positive, loving, and you're projecting out good energy, because you're actually in alignment with source energy. When your ego takes over, you cut that connection off with the cord. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, it's like you're you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, like on a spiritual level, it's like now you're primal. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're in your ego, now you're primal, because
that
you're
makes
not
me think of
living,
the
you're
movie
surviving. You understand what I'm saying?
Us. That makes me think of
Does that
Us.
make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense because like when you upset, you angry, like you got like more like, I don't know, like it's a blockage. You just only see red, so that kind of makes sense. Yeah.
But it also, remember, even our ego is our defense system. So you actually do need your ego. You know what I'm saying? But the ego, when you let the ego take over, it kind of cuts off your spiritual connection. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like your ego is your survival mechanism. So it's like, you know, when you're in your ego, then you're not growing. You're just surviving. You understand what I'm saying? You're not living. You're just surviving. It's like damn, I'm about to really say. All right, so it's like this, right? It's how to put it. It's like if it's something, nothing can grow when it's nothing can grow when it's in a defensive state. You know what I'm saying? You can't be growing while defending at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when almost being defensive is a form of self-destruction. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like your body's way of going into self-destructive mode. You know what I'm saying? It's like preparing for survival. You know what I'm saying? Putting it all on the line. Intellect doesn't matter. All these other things don't matter. It's just survival. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you go into your ego, it's like you cutting off your spiritual connection. It's not about that. It's about maintaining this body. That's the big thing. That's the best way I'm trying to say. It's like you're focused on maintaining the body, that you've let go of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the ego is. What wants to maintain your life to this physical realm. You know what I'm saying? Your ego wants to keep you here, you know, in your body. You know what I'm saying? But your spirit knows that you're greater than your body. If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
That ego is
But you need your ego. But you have to maintain. You have to discipline it. You got to control it. You know what I'm saying? It's like that untamed animal within. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it under control. But it also helps you. You do need it. It's not like I wouldn't necessarily say your ego is a bad thing. It's bad when you lead with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like you got to tame it. You know what I'm saying? Have it under control.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Like I said, your ego is. That's your survival. Like you would, if you didn't have an ego, you would not care to live. You know what I'm saying? As crazy as it sounds, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what keeps you that's what makes you want to stay in your body. That's what makes you want to live this physical life somewhat. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense. Shit.
That's like 40.
Ego keeps you bound. You know what I'm saying?
Ego
just that balance.
But the ego can make you trip too.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. The ego, but also like I said, when the ego is in control, that means that the ego thinks that you who you identify with as a physical being is the self, and the spirit knows that you're not the physical being. The ego thinks that you, the physical self, is you, which is you know what I'm saying, which bounds you to this earth. You know what I'm saying? So